Welcome to another beautiful day in Singapore.
Guess which island we're visiting today? Go ahead, guess. We'll give you a minute. No, we won't. Here's where we are. Oh. Where'd you go?
I didn't have any room to rotate.
Take two. Step forward.
That's a good idea.
Did you guess? Okay, we'll help you out. It's time to tackle Sentosa, but we are visiting Sentosa on a budget. I'll explain why. Sentosa can be incredibly expensive. There were so many choices on this island for what to do that I was overwhelmed, so we didn't visit here the first time. But now we have a goal to spend no more than 50 Singapore dollars per person and still have fun while we're on Singapore's island of fun. Oh my God, that's a long ways down. Let's go see what trouble we can get into. If you want to visit Sentosa Island on a budget, there are ways you can save your feet, but we will be walking a lot today. Starting with the very beginning of the day. There are many options that you have for arriving to Sentosa Island. You could take the cable car that goes overhead and has probably fantastic views, but is expensive. You can take the monorail that goes across the water, which is less expensive, but still eats into our not enormous budget of 50 Singapore dollars today. Or you can use your feet and walk. That's what we did. We arrived at the Harbourfront MRT and we had a lovely walk across the promenade.
What's a snowman doing here?
Overlooking the harbor, and we arrived to where you see us now. Onward. We happen to be here just a few minutes before Universal Studios opens, and it's packed in this courtyard area with people waiting to get in. I'm kind of glad we're not going, even though I want to go. It is not in our budget for today. Our first tip for your budget day in Sentosa is that the monorail is free, except for the section between Vivo City and Sentosa Island. You only have to pay for this section that crosses the bridge. Once you are on Sentosa, then you can ride the monorail between a couple of stations for free. Plus, future Heather wants you to know that when you're ready to leave at the end of the day, you can take the monorail all the way to Vivo City and it's completely free. It's only the inbound section going to Sentosa from Vivo City that you have to pay for. Back to Old Heather. Old Heather. Wait, there's a better way to call myself. So that's what we've done. We've come all the way to the beach. We have arrived with an appetite, but don't worry, there are some great budget food options here, which actually surprised us. Then we're gonna do our first paid for activity of the day. For your budget lunch, we've chosen the Good Old Days food court for our lunch. We wanted to get something that not only fit our budget, but that was simple and that we could eat quickly so we could get out there and have some fun. I have some char siu chicken rice, and it looks pretty good. It smells good too. Nobody knows how to cook chicken like Singapore and Malaysia. The chicken is super tender and delicious. The rice is not like chicken rice. It tastes like pretty basic white rice, but I'm still really happy with my choice.
And for my budget lunch, I got something called ayam penyet. Ayam is chicken. I'm not exactly sure what penyet means. I've got a crispy chicken leg, some white rice, some tofu. I got some tempeh and some sambal. It looks really good. So this is some of the chicken with some of the sambal. The chicken is super crispy. Looks really good. The sambal is very hot, and the chicken is just like I thought. It was nice and crispy on the outside, tender on the inside. This is really good for a budget lunch.
Gotta eat so we can get back out there. Behind me is the Hydro Dash. This is sort of a floating small water park type of thing. It looks amazing, like a lot of fun, and it's not super expensive. It usually costs around 20 Singapore dollars. This would be a great activity if you're looking for a budget water option that's an alternative to the more expensive water park in a different part of Sentosa. The only problem is that they don't allow you to bring cameras or phones on the floaty thingies if you go. So it's kind of a challenge for us. That's the life of having a travel YouTube channel. Sometimes you do things more for the channel than for yourselves. The fakest news that was ever faked. Still looking. Those are so cute. Surely it's not that hard to put the balls in the bucket. We are at our first paid activity. After looking through all of our options on Klook, we ended up buying a combo ticket that saved us 8 Singapore dollars per person and combines two things that we haven't done before. The first of which is this luge activity. It looks like you take a chairlift to the top, like the kind we use for skiing back home. So I think the views from up there are gonna be amazing. We bought a ticket that lets us ride for 3 times, and there are 4 different tracks. So between this and the other activity that we still have to do later today, we spent 35 Singapore dollars, which is more than half of our $50 budget for the day. It better be worth it.
I might need a smaller size. No problem.
We're off.
Adventure.
If you are interested in even more of a budget for this and you're not interested in luging, you can still buy a ticket that'll just go on the chairlift to the top so you get the views over Sentosa.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Now you do. The view is amazing.
Skis up.
Skis up. There goes Bill. Oh, I took him on the inside. Thank you.
Hey Heather, look, it's luge stig.
The luge was amazing.
That was a lot of fun. The ride was a little bit shorter than I expected, but it was a ton of fun. You got going really fast if you wanted to.
Yeah, he was out of sight so often. We have done the luge once before in Minnesota, but it was on a track. This was free flowing. It was more like a downhill go-kart without an engine. I thought it was incredible, and I'm sad that we only went 3 times. I could have gone more.
I did find, however, that if you got going too fast into the corners, you kind of tipped the cart up on the side a little bit, and then it actually slowed down for you because the corners were dragging. There's only 3 wheels on the thing.
I did not get going as fast as that, obviously. We rode 3 times, and it took about 2 hours.
Yep.
But how long it takes you depends on how busy it is when you go. I would say today is relatively busy.
We're here on a Wednesday.
Now, I think we're gonna head to the tip of the island to explore some of the history on Sentosa and maybe grab something to drink on the way because it's like 100 degrees out today and we are melting.
Could I have a regular sized cup? 1 scoop of rum raisin, please? Okay, thank you very much. Some of this we're gonna have to eat pretty quickly.
We went from the luge to ice cream because we are melting just like our ice cream. And we found a place that has ice cream, a regular size for $8, which just fits inside of our budget for the day. And we got 1 scoop of passion fruit and 1 scoop of rum raisin. Wow. I like the passion fruit, Bill likes the rum raisin, and we don't like each other. So it seems fair because we're splitting it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The passion fruit is a passion fruit sorbet. Passion fruit is my favorite fruit on the planet, and this is absolutely delicious. Bill's just off camera mowing down on the ice cream.
I'm on cleanup duty, making sure there's no drips. I'll confess, in this case, the passion fruit actually wins.
Well, stay out of it.
I just get rum raisin whenever I can. It's my favorite kind of ice cream, and it's very rare, hard to find. This stuff's okay, but it's not as good as the passion fruit.
Wow.
Hi, did you go for a swim?
A budget tip for you once you're at Sentosa is that the shuttles here are free. They run up and down the coast, and we are waiting for one now to take us to Fort Siloso to have a look around and explore a little bit about Sentosa's history. That beach shuttle, they make it so easy. You just hop on when you want, hop off when you want. There's a nice breeze, you get to see things as you go by. That was amazing. Very nice break. Well, we have just arrived at Fort Siloso, and it starts with a bang. It starts with an elevator that takes you all the way up there. And this fits into our budget Sentosa visit because not only is the elevator free, but the fort is free as well. It's filled with World War II memorial, and the fort itself dates back to the late 1800s. This has been on my list to visit for a long time, and I'm really excited to finally be here.
Another amazing raised walkway with amazing views.
There are views in every direction. You can see so far up here, and there are placards telling you what the things are that you're looking at. That's not a bad start for a free visit to a free fort museum. That's incredible. Fort Siloso actually used to be just one of a number of forts here on Sentosa Island. The rest have all been torn down to make way for more modern amenities, but this one has been preserved by the government so that people like us can take a deeper look into Singapore's history. Bill just walked over here to look at the wartime stable garden. But Bill,
Yeah.
do you see what's above you over there?
Oh. It's the largest spider I think I've ever seen in the wild.
It's probably 6 inches leg to leg.
I know how much you love spiders.
Bill, for scale.
It's probably 4 meters in the air.
Thankfully, that's where it belongs.
Ready to jump down on top of you.
It is, it is.
The sound effects are awesome.
They have sound effects that are timed for when you enter certain places. That siren ran the whole time we were back there, and as soon as we walked a little bit further away, it stopped. Remarkable. That tunnel was amazing. The way that the sound effects followed us through the tunnel was, it absolutely added to the experience. We were not expecting that. We're here very late in the day, so it was very obvious that the sound was triggered by our presence. That was incredible. Even more fun for Bill is that the tunnel pops you out right by the wartime garden, so we get to have another look at the spider that's as big as his hand.
As big as my hand.
Thankfully, the spider is still there, so we know where it is.
was fantastic. It was a completely free museum, and they really did an excellent job making history just come alive, especially with the drill sergeants barking orders through the speakers.
Keep the ammunition coming! The guns are waiting! Move yourselves! Hurry! Don't walk! Move yourself!
Any complaints? No, glad to hear it. Carry on.
Anyway, it was a really great experience.
You might wonder why we're doing this on our day of fun. But even on a day of fun, it's okay to take a look at the past and recognize what happened then and how far we've come and how far we still have to go. So we think that this is a fantastic free diversion on an island of fun, especially on a day where it's a budget day, because it's free and it's incredible. You should come here. And the murals really are incredible. There's even more that we just walked over. Excuse us while we go film them.
Started as a rock, but the artist turned it into something else. It's amazing.
Looks like a window, but isn't.
This is not going well.
We wanted to film that there was water refill stations on Sentosa, but it really is more of a water dribble station. Well, the day is dwindling and we still have another paid activity that we want to do while we're here on Sentosa, and that's where we're headed now. I'm pretty excited. I think we are going to be up there at the perfect time of day. It's also a hint to what we're doing if you're familiar with Sentosa. What is that doing up here? There's multiples of them. We are at our second paid activity of the day. You can see it behind me. That is the Sky Helix, and it is an open air experience where you go up into the air and you get to see from all around you, and I'm really looking forward to this. I found a combo deal on Klook for $35 that included 3 rides on the luge plus the Sky Helix. So the total for both of them together was $35, which fits into our $50 budget for today on Sentosa. Hopefully there's not too much of a line and we're going to be up there right as the sun is starting to set.
It goes up very slowly. Thing to do here is enjoy the view and your drink. Pretty nice.
That was amazing. I kept expecting like an adrenaline kind of thing because I'm up in the air and dangling my feet down toward the ground. Oh my God, that's a long ways down. But that's not it at all. It's very calm. She advises you that if you're afraid of heights, to just look forward and out and not down. I look down and my legs are still shaking a little bit.
We've been on plenty of those amusement park rides where they shoot you up to the top or shoot you down from the top.
This was not that.
This is not that. This is very different and relaxing, and the view's lovely.
It was amazing, and they were very helpful in taking photos and videos, and I enjoyed that much more than I thought I would, and I'm very glad that I went.
That was fun.
All right, now we are trying to get to a beach to look at the sunset, which we think we can get there in time, so let's go. Well, that is how we chose to spend our $50 on our Sentosa day on a budget. But there are many different ways that you could spend your $50. More money for food, less money for food. More for activities, less for activities.
There's an endless amount of activities you could do, and there are lots of ways for all the vendors to separate you from your hard-earned money.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.